Hey everyone, and welcome to the 11th Chasm devlog. If you're unaware, Chasm is a dungeon crawler game with lots of lore and a unique combat system. So Chasm is supposed to contain the storybook, 10 illustrated pages documenting the warrior's progress through the chasm. But I'd only written 3 pages, so I wrote the 4th and came up with a cool idea for a level to go with it. I'm nowhere near done with the story, but I've made some progress. I also currently have only 2 of 10 levels in the game. The 3rd level was designed to be made mostly void, and the player would have to boost between platforms to complete the level. I started working, but I soon noticed a problem. Each platform moves the same speed, but different distances. This means that they never get close enough together for the player to move between them. The simple solution would have been to add a variable for speed that is exported to the editor so I could customize the platforms. I added this feature, but I still couldn't get them to align without a ton of calculations. The second try to fix this problem took longer. I built a system that, when enabled in the editor, automatically calculates the speed a platform must be moving to move a certain distance in a certain number of seconds. Basically, it takes the end position minus the start position divided by the number of seconds, and then divided by the frames per second, though Godot automatically does that part. Unfortunately, this still didn't get the platforms to align without one moving ridiculously quickly. I finally fixed the issue by making the platforms have different starting positions on targets. It took days to fix, but I could finally finish the level. I went around on Godot, adding details, enemies, lights, and more, and I fixed up the platform script. But when I tested, there was yet another issue. The problem was, whenever the player went from platform to platform, they died in the void. This was because they had a true or false value to tell whether the player was on a platform. If you were on 2 platforms, the game didn't know, it just knew that you were on at least one. So when the player left a platform, even if they entered a new one, the game didn't know that. So I changed from a boolean to an integer that represented the number of platforms the player is on, and this fixed the issue because basically when you go on to multiple platforms at once, it knows that you're on 2, so when you exit one and enter a new one, it goes down by 1 and then up by 1, and it never reaches 0, which would mean that you're in the void without a platform. I also fixed up the stone enemies, I made them smarter, and I made them die in the void. I then completely remade level 3 with the new systems, and I wrote a bunch of code to fix some issues I've been having since development began. I actually do want bats to be able to survive the void by flying over the void, so I undid the code I'd written to keep them from making it through the void, so now they can actually chase you even when you're on a moving platform, which definitely adds a lot more to the game. I decided to use the old systems for the old levels to keep from having to remake them, but from here on I'll definitely use the new code that makes everything so much easier to manage and does my previously manual calculations automatically. On screen you can see gameplay of the new level. It's not too long a level, but it's pretty normal length. I did a ton of bug fixes and testing, and Flying Zucchini made some new music for the menus that still gives me the chills. But that's it for this devlog. If you enjoyed the video, please like, subscribe, and follow me on Twitter for constant updates.